Let's face it, the production of an event is not an easy job. There is a lot and often many different companies involved. It's no wonder then that something can go wrong. In this Event Planner TV episode, Remco Teunissen exposes the major pitfalls in producing events. Hi Remco, welcome to our studio.
Thank you very much.
When producing an event, a lot can go wrong. Can you give some examples?
Well, of course. One of the sentences I hear a lot on the build-up of an event is, well, I expected you to do that, or I assumed.
Yeah.
And here, for instance, where the lighting guys are asked, well, where is the power for all the kitchen? And where they say, well, there was no communication about that, and we never assumed that we had to do that.
So it's a good thing to make good agreements up front to who does what, who takes what with him, and so on.
That's indeed the case. And I'm not asking for an event planner or an organizer to have all the knowledge readily available where it goes on technique or equipment. And there you can win a lot by hiring a production manager who can aid you in getting those things straight. A lot of organizers and event planners have a lot of knowledge about marketing, what their guests expect from an event, but lack a bit of technical knowledge where it goes on lighting, sound, power, video equipment, and so on and so on. And if you have a good production manager, he will make sure you do not make the mistakes I've just mentioned.
Yeah. Can you give an example on a situation where, for example, the technical knowledge of the event planner can be a problem?
Of course. For instance, I've been to an event where the event planner said to the caterer, well, there's a lot of power in this building and you can just plug in. But he he expected a kitchen to be as he had his kitchen right at home, which with one plug could be powered.
Yeah.
But there you have a professional kitchen for thousands of people to cater for. And that's a whole another level.
Yeah.
Another example is, for instance, video. A lot of speakers, guest speakers, come to an event and say, well, can I bring a movie to show on during my PowerPoint presentation? Well, of course, that's no problem. And a lot of people, if they think about video, the idea they have is, well, if I have a YouTube video which looks good on my laptop screen, 15-inch, it will look good always. But then it gets blown up on a screen for 4 by 2 meters wide. And there all you see is little dots coming, going around.
I hear a lot of technicians complaining about the fact that some of the event planners arrive just before the event starts and are one of the first leaving the event. How does that impact the production?
A lot of times where we are already building an event, lighting-wise or sound-wise, start at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, and somewhere about 9, 10, the event planner comes in and says, well, this is not what I asked for. It has to be totally different, or the stage is on the other side of the room. Okay, we have to tear everything down, build it back up again, which takes hours of work, which we rather put into the final details of the event instead of making sure the deadline is kept, and where there is, for instance, a caterer who has to come in, furniture has to come in. We're just trying to get that done. On the other hand, during breakdown of your event, you have to realize that an event planner or an organizer is also responsible for that part of the procedures.
But at the same time, an event planner does have a lot of events going on, sometimes at the same time on different locations. He can't be everywhere at the same time and do it all.
That's true, but I'm not saying that the person of the event planner has to be there all the time. I'm saying that he should delegate that job maybe to somebody else.
So somebody is responsible for that part of the event?
For questions which always arise for logistical problems, who goes out first, and also the part about safety. A few weeks ago I saw an article on eventplanner.be where 3 people were hurt during the build-up of Tomorrowland. And please bear in mind that the general audience or your customer doesn't know if that's about the scaffold builder who did something wrong, or that the guys who fell down weren't safety lined properly. No, what they see and what they remember is 3 people get hurt during build-up of Tomorrowland.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Is that the tag that you want on your event?
And at the same time, everybody wants to get it as cheap as possible.
Of course. I'm a fool, after all, I always look at the price. But I always remember what level of quality do I want? And certainly at an event, there are different types of finishing that adhere to a different audience. If you are in a festival, well, the level of finishing, for instance, where cables are laid down, or it's as long as it is safe, that's no problem. So, and if there are a few flight cases in your way, that's inside. Well, a festival audience doesn't have a problem with that. If you are, well, for instance, on a G20 event where all leaders around the world come in, you don't want flight cases in your way. You want all cables not shown.
But that comes at a cost.
That comes at a cost. So please do not look at the bottom line all the time, but keep in mind what kind of quality do you want.
Okay, Remco, thank you for coming to our studio.
Thank you very much, Kevin.
And you at home, thank you for watching our show. I hope to see you next time.